What's up, everybody? This is your girl, Pastor T, with the Women of Destiny. Hey, we come to encourage, we come to empower, we come to remind you as a woman to see yourself through God's eyes. But most of all, the whole goal of this live or this pre-recording today is to talk about the importance of women moving and making boss moves, because it is October. I know it may be last minute, but we decided to still go ahead and do this. I have none other than one of a lady that has been a part of our ministry for a very long time. But not only I went to school with her, and her, that's a whole nother story. Her bishop didn't get along, but that's okay. She's a part of Women of Destiny. She's a part of New Destiny Fellowship Church. But that is not what this is about. This is about supporting women in business. That's what this is about. It's about supporting women in business. This is the month of October, and we're celebrating women in business. So I wanted to definitely get with someone, and know none other than her, since I'm rocking one of her products right here, right now. One of her products. So we're gonna start. We're gonna talk. We're gonna deep dive. But before I do that, let me introduce you to her. Go ahead, girl. Tell them about yourself.
Hey, I'm Kindra Pinesette. I am the owner of Baskets and Things, all occasion gift baskets, as well as custom designs, where I do custom appeal, I do custom crafts, birthday party packages, everything. I am the founder of Pinesette Empire, which is I'm building my empire from the ground up. So that's
yes, ma'am. Come on, I love that. Pinesette Empire. That's the name of it.
Yes, Pinesette Empire.
Go, girl. So I want to start from the beginning, because this is the part that nobody ever talk about. They never talk about the ground from the ground up part. So I want to kind of talk about that. What made you say, I want to start doing this? I want to start, helping birthdays. Where did it all start? Where did the creative idea come from?
Okay, so for me, it pretty much started off with just extra income. I was working a full-time job, but a lot of times that's not enough. So you need, multiple streams of income. So I started off just kind of messing around with something. And that was in 2014 with Baskets and Things. And so I kind of threw something out there for Valentine's Day, I believe. And then that same year, I became the vendor for the mother-daughter brunch. And so on that one, it sold out, and I got so many compliments and everything with the product that I introduced, which was my Mother's Day basket. And I kind of took off from there, and it was amazing. So I knew that. So I was still working, and I was still trying to do this on the side and everything. But everybody knows that I couldn't work for nobody.
Right.
Yeah, I've had so many jobs and everything, and I know that being my own boss was the way to go. 2017 is when I introduced custom designs. And so I started with that. I started making little things for the girls, for my kids and stuff like that. Let them rock it to school, let somebody ask about it or whatever. But then once I started really planning and researching, and I just kind of put that into motion. And this year, May of this year, is when I became full entrepreneur. Well, it's Kindrapreneur, but I am I'm so excited. So I'm vowed myself, to myself, not to work for anybody else. I'm my own boss, so that's how I got started. I started with Baskets and Things, and I moved over to custom designs. I have a few other things going on, but I'm just working on my Pinesette Empire. So I'm putting everything into one big empire so I can blow up,
I'm so proud of you. I forgot about the baskets. I forgot. Yeah, I'm oh my God, that's when it started. Okay, I forgot about the basket, but I remember you making those and you becoming, being on that. But I remember those baskets, even the baskets that you make, for the different people at the church, and how creative that you are with that. But I want to ask you this, on that day, you decided, you were sitting in your room. Did you write the vision down? Did you just do it? Or how did that work?
Okay, so with baskets and things, it was more like, again, like it was more of an extra income thing, and it was kind of like I mean, if it works, it works. If it don't, it don't. And so I kind of got the idea. I was working overnight, and it was a lady, and she was making baskets. She was making Valentine's Day baskets, and they didn't look good. So I was like, well, I can kind of help you out. Let me show you something. And so when I did it, she was like, girl, didn't you try this? And it was like 2 weeks before Valentine's Day. So I just went out and got some stuff just to see what it was going to do. And I sold out of them. And so I was like, well, what's the next holiday? It was going to be Easter, but I skipped Easter and I did Mother's Day. And you guys sent out a little vendor thing. I was like, I could probably sell them there, And I ended up selling out. I think I brought 40 that day. And I sold out on that day, for the brunch. And so I was like, man, but I didn't plan nothing. I just went to the store and bought some stuff that I saw that she had. So it wasn't planned. And then after that, but with custom designs, I wrote the vision down. I research everything that I needed, materials. I was YouTubing, Googling, trying to see what everybody else had and what they were working with and everything. And so now custom design was all planned, but baskets and things, I kind of like just jumped into it, and God kissed that thing for me. So yeah.
Wow. So you just encouraged, I believe, so many just in that little one statement, because I know we get all deep, write the vision down, make it plain.
Yeah.
So you gotta know when to do that. You gotta kind of find, I think what I'm hearing from you is that you found your flavor. You found out that I'm not like everybody else, and I don't want to be like everybody else, and I want to make it my own before I just walk into it. What would you say to that woman that's saying, this is just a hobby for me? This is just to get some extra income, but now I'm going to switch over and make it my business. What would you say to that woman?
I mean, go for it. What I would say is you have to have a passion for it. Excuse me. So to have a hobby is to have a hobby. You're just going to be doing that or whatever. But to have a passion for something, like, it's the small things that you pay attention to that you want to make sure is right. Like, I can't have my girls help me with a basket, because if something just slightly leans to the side, it's going to irritate me. So, like, you have to have a passion and a drive for it. And I love creating new stuff. So I just go for it. Whatever I see, if I see it, I'm going to try to make it first. And then I'll send it out to a few people and be like, hey, what you think about this? But, if it's not good, hey, let me know. But what I would do is, like, go for it. If you feel like this is what you're called to do, this is, what you want to do, that you have a passion for, you love it. I literally eat, sleep, and breathe custom designs and baskets and things. It's like,
right.
That's me, that's who I am. And so, like, you gotta want it, and you have to have, the drive for it. So go for it. If that's what they want to do, more power to you. I'm telling you, it's good.
See, I love this because you said you have to give some stuff away. I think most people don't realize that they have to invest in themselves and give stuff, be willing to give some stuff away just to test it out. What would you say to that person that says, I really don't want to invest in myself? Like, I don't want to spend all my money. What's the importance of investing into your business?
If you don't invest in yourself, nobody else is going to invest in you. And if you are to that point where, you're really scared to do this, or, I don't want to spend that money, or I don't want to give, like, I do samples. I'll sample some stuff out. If you feel like, sampling is not your thing, like, it's probably not for you.
Right.
But again, like, if you don't invest in yourself, then nobody else will. If you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. And so you got to have that before you have anything, because if not, then your business, it'll fail before it even starts.
Since you said fail, let's go there real quick, because I think, like, you're doing amazing things. I'm telling you, ladies, y'all got to go rock out with her. We're going to put her website and all that information on here. But I want to say this, is that even though you've been doing amazing, like I said, she's coming on a part of Harden Enterprise. Come on, Glory. But with my design, with my shirts, my church help, all of that different things that you've already done, I've seen the great part of it. And can I say this to everybody that's watching? She quick. she'll get it to you quickly. Like, you don't have to wait on it. At first I was like, I don't know. But baby, when I say it was like, hey, I need this, and it was like, okay, I got you. And very professional. So I want to give you that. I'm so proud of you on that.
Thank you.
Of how professional. So even though you got all these pros, you know, and we're going to talk about more pros about this, but let's talk about some cons. Like, what are some, like, investing, do you go broke? Like, what happened?
Okay, so with the cons, man, it's a lot. It's a lot. One of the biggest things is like stress. Like, man, it can stress you out. You know, like if you have a bunch of orders, you know, like I don't know, like people have different businesses, but orders, you know, like if you have a big order to fill and then you have other orders that are steady coming in. Me, I do a 2-week process thing to where if you order less than 2 weeks from me, then it's an extra. You know, I charge you extra. You know, it's gonna cost you. May cost you a little, may cost you a lot, but it's gonna cost you. But you know, the stress of it is crazy. But again, if it's your passion, you know, you can work through that thing. But also you have like when you're first starting out, it's like proving yourself. You don't want to turn down orders because you're trying to prove yourself. You're trying to, you know, man, I want to sell this. I want them to tell 8 people and blah, 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 and so on and so forth. And so that can get, you know, overwhelming. You know, late nights, I don't have a time that I go to sleep. A lot of times my bedtime, Jay, my husband, he can tell you, a lot of times my bedtime may be about 3-4 o'clock in the morning because my mind, I'm constantly like going, and that can be a bad thing. It can be a good thing, you know, that I'm, you know, working on new product, but also it can be a bad thing or whatever. So that's why I try to, you know, spend as much time with my girls and, you know, my family or whatever, because again, it can pull you away from that. And, you know, if you're so focused on that, then, you know, you don't have anything else to worry about, you know, to think about. But man, girl, family, look, let me tell you. Baby, you have 3 types of family members. You know, you have the ones that they're gonna support you no matter what, and that's a good thing. Then you got the ones they want the discount. You know, everything is a discount. You gotta, you know, a lot of my family know that like this is how I make my money. Like I don't work a 9 to 5. Like this is my business. This is how I provide for my family, take care of my kids. You know, take them on. This is my money. So this whole discount thing, you know, let me give you a discount. Let me say, you know what, girl, I'm gonna take.
Wait a minute. Say that one more time. Let me. Yeah. Yes.
So like, you know, don't just expect it because like we're a family. Because at the end of the day, this is how I pay my bills. Then you have, you know, like family that they know you sell this stuff. You know, they know that, hey, you know, cool to make these shirts, you know, but I'm gonna go over here, you know, she's gonna charge the family $15, you know, but I'm gonna go over here for 20 because I ain't trying to give on my business. But you know, at the end of the day, like it is what it is. But you know, it's just with stuff like that you have to deal with. And again, like your family, you know, making sure a lot of times, like I said, you can pull you away from your family. Sleep deprived, you know, like I get up and I go to sleep at 4, maybe 5 o'clock in the morning, but I'm back up at 7. I'm back up at 8 o'clock. And so I might nap during the day, but I'm always working. And so a lot of times like that can be overwhelming, especially if it's for somebody who's not full time. So you're working at 9 to 5, and so you don't want to cause disruption on your job that is actually bringing you money for what is right now is a hobby for you. And so, but it's a lot of things that goes in with it. Investing. What people don't understand is starting your own business. It's not profit. It's not profit as soon as you start.
That's good. You know? Yeah.
It's not profit as soon as you start. Most businesses, you actually lose before you start gaining.
Right.
And baby, I done lost some stuff, but you know what? That's why I keep several things going at one time. So like I don't just stick to this one thing when coming out, but you lose a lot. You can lose a lot, you know, and sometimes, you know, that'll take your focus to say, you know what, maybe this is not for me. You know, maybe I'm gonna get a job, and then so now you don't put that on the back burner. So everything, the vision that you've been pregnant with all this time and you've been carrying around, now you done avoided it because you know you done got overwhelmed because you went into it like head on without planning for everything. So if you don't plan it out really, really good, you know, it can be bad. Like it can be bad. You can lose money. Man, maintenance is a big thing. I work with I have 5 to 6 machines that I work with, and that's an investment by itself, because anything can happen at any time. So I invested into myself to have like backup. Because I don't want to be in the middle of an order and something happens, you know, because that can happen. You work on one thing, now you have to tell this client that, you know, you can no longer do it. They done paid you a deposit, you done messed around and used a deposit to buy some products. So, you know, it's a lot that comes along with it. But, you know, as long as you're moving forward and you look at those pros versus those cons, and you'll be all right. You'll be all right.
Tell me this, do you cry about your business? Have you ever cried? Have you ever prayed, Lord, please open the door? Have you ever, you know what I'm saying? That's what nobody talk about. Like you in the car crying saying, Lord, I quit. And I won't do this. No, I know you said that earlier, but talk about those dark places when it comes to businesses that everybody, it's like, I'm out here, all I do is win, no matter what. But in the car, I'm crying saying, take me to the king. It's like your whole, you just switch up and people see that part. So I want to talk about the dark place of, oh my God, what have I just done? Let's talk about, are you getting overwhelming? You know what I'm saying? Talk about that.
Yeah. Okay, so like for me, like as far as like crying, you know, I'm a G. So I ain't gonna just be out there just crying over spilled milk. But at the same time, man, I done quit. I think I quit yesterday. I done quit so many times, like it's ridiculous. Like, you know, cause okay, I have like friends that, you know, like they'll call, hey, can you do this shirt for me? I need this, I need that. And I know for a fact that I'm working on an order of 50, 60, 70 shirts or something like that. And I got a custom order for a basket. I got this, I got that. And what people don't understand is it's Pinesette Empire. It's custom designs, it's baskets and things. I got 6 kids and freaking husband and all this stuff. It's me by myself. So I'm the only one that works on my product. So everything when you see shirts orders for 50, 60, it's me. It's me by myself. And so it gets overwhelming. I'll be like, you know what? Forget this. I will literally sit and look at the stuff in my workstation and be like, I ain't doing it. I'm not getting up. I'm not, you know. And then I'll be like, man, forget this. I'm just going to call it. It was this one order. Let me tell you first, lady. I'm not going to put nothing out there. But, man, it was this one order. And I was working on it. And it was not right. It wasn't, you know, to par for me to even show it to the person, you know. And it ran me hot, you know. And I was like, why did they even contact me? Like, I know several other people that do this. And I know that they know the same people. They should have called them, you know. So then the girls are coming. I'm like, you know what? Forget this. They're like, you need help? No, I don't need no help. I get mad at everybody. So the whole house. I don't want nobody in my way because I'm mad and I'm frustrated that I can't get this together, especially when they depending on me. I'm not a graphic designer, you know, but I can put some stuff together and I can show it to you and you know, yay and nay. But at the end of the day, like my dark places is like I quit and I shut off from everybody, and I have to take time. Sometimes the longest it took, it's probably like 2 or 3 days for me to kind of like revamp and go back to it. Especially when I look up and I'm like, I ain't got no check, I ain't got no money. Hold on, let me shake this thing off and you know get up and do what I need to do. But I do. You're gonna have your dark moments. You're gonna have, you know, those times where you want to give up, and it's okay. It's okay. It's okay to take a break, you know, and say you quit, but you know you have to go back to it. Especially like I said, especially if this is your thing, your motivation, and your passion. So, but you're gonna have those moments. But I just quit. I don't cry, but I do. I just quit and I sit over in the corner. I look at the stuff. I walk by, push dominoes, something like that out the way, like ugh, you know. But I come back to it.
So you have a pretty party. You just go and just be mad, and you go, okay, gotcha, okay. But I think it's very important that you pause for the cause. You know, I would tell anybody that's doing entrepreneurship, if you're doing your business and you're running, however you do your business, you got to make sure that you take a moment to pause, because if not, you will quit every day. So I totally agree. I gotta ask you this. What about, I know you're not ready for some of these questions. You're like, wait a minute. I have to ask you this. You said you have a family, you know, a total of 6 children. You got your husband, you know, all of that. How is the support, even though they're not, they don't have the mindset, because you know eventually you're going to have to get some help. One day. The Lord gonna have to, yeah, some going to have to happen. But how is it with the support from the family? Do they support your vision? Do they support your dream? How does your spouse support you?
Oh, he's awesome. He's awesome. He's wonderful at it. He always comes out like he don't know how to do the stuff. You know, he'll come out and be like, "Baby, you need me to do this?" I'll be like, "Nah, thank you, though," you know, or whatever. But he supports everything. I don't know if people have husbands like that. Like Jay is. I can say, you know what? I'm fixing to build a horse, you know, and I'm gonna set it up in the dining room, and he's gonna say, what you need to start building that horse, you know. I'm fixing to do this. It can be something outrageous, and he's gonna be like, oh, I got your back, like whatever. Sometimes I need him to be like, no, we're not gonna do that. But he supports me like 1000% when it comes to the business. Even when I want to break down and say, you know what, forget this, I quit, I'm gonna give me a job. He like, man, no, you're not. You're gonna keep on doing the thing. You're doing good. You know, he builds me up. He builds me up in so many ways. So, like, I really appreciate him and love him for that. Those kids, no, they don't really. My girls,
oh my Jesus. Oh my
Kay, you know, Kay's my baby. She 18, but yeah, she don't help. If I tell her, like, I'll be like, Kay, I need you to do something, she be like, okay, you know, she really don't want to do it. You know, King and Naya, they'll come over and help me out. The other kids, Jante, she's a good help. She's a really, really good helper. You know, I use her to do a lot of stuff. You know, it's just that when she comes, you know, she's all over the place, and you know, I like a lot of movement and stuff. And so, you know, I give her time on the clock, and then, you know, she just go. But the other two, they don't do anything. They might clean up or, you know, wrap my papers up or something like that. But for the most part, the whole family, they do support. It's just, I'm gonna say this: it's not them, it's me.
Yeah,
the whole relationship.
Yeah, it's okay. But the fact that they support you, it shows. I want to make sure that everybody understood, like, the support of your family.
Right. That's a big thing. It's a big thing to have that. It's a big thing to have that.
Because when you want to quit, at least you have him and the kids to tell you, no, we got to get this, mama. We got to make this happen. So I think it's very, very important. You know, let's talk about that. Yeah. Be legal in the game. You know, you don't want nobody stealing your stuff, you know, your name. Let's talk about that real quick.
Yeah, a lot of times, see, I create my own designs. And so a lot of times, if you're not careful, I watermark. So I watermark them because, so like if you see my image, if it gets to that point to where you see my image online or whatever, you're not just going to be able to take that off and create it and make it your own without that watermark on it. You're not going to be able to, you know, remove it. Now you can purchase it from me, you know, because I'm always in the business of, you know, selling stuff, but you can do it that way. But if you don't brand your stuff, you know, people can take it. They can take it. They can use it as their own. They can make money off of it. I have 2 DBAs that I did. I'm working on an LLC right now for the Pinesette Empire. That way I can pull everything up under one thing. And so I got so excited. And so, but it's important because at the end of the day, something can happen. You know, somebody can say this or, you know, that about, you know, your brand or something like that. And then that's something else that you have to worry about. So I make sure that everything is good, right? Like that I'm good, that like I said, I have my the DBAs and everything, like it's not just something that I'm just out here doing, just for fun. Because like I work hard for the stuff that I do, and I wouldn't want anybody just to come in like to snatch that and they start making money off of something that I've done. So it's good to brand yourself. So I've done that, and I'm in the process of taking it even bigger and taking it even higher. So
that's from May, leaving your job.
Yeah. You're not fired, so they let me go.
So the Lord knew your time. You would have probably stayed there.
He knew, baby. He knew. So yeah, but for me,
yeah,
everything has been moving forward.
Yeah, since May. So now you realize, okay, I need to get an LLC. This thing getting a little bit bigger than me, than what I thought that it would be. Okay, let's talk about these pros, because from May to now, and I know we shared a little bit in the beginning, but kind of share with them everything you do, like what all is connected to custom designs. Now that we're no longer doing the baskets, like the baskets, I mean the baskets you still doing, but part of it came over a little bit. Kind of tell them how it started off. You already said how it started off with one, but how your mind is becoming even more creative. And you don't got to share everything, but just enough to kind of how your mind become creative and how you just become, that girl.
Okay, so like with baskets and things is like for me, I take it as like a seasonal thing, because I have my months that it's like overwhelming with the baskets to where I can't really focus on custom designs because the baskets are, they're taking me out. Like Easter, Mother's Day, graduation. Those are my biggest times. So, but in between those is when custom designs came in, and they kind of took over. It started off with just t-shirts. Like, I'll do a shirt here and there using what is called vinyl. So the vinyls, the vinyl is hectic, or whatever. You have to weed. It's just a lot of stuff that comes along with it. So it's good not to take so many orders, on that, because you're doing so much when it comes to vinyl. But then I graduated to sublimation, and sublimation is what I have on now. So it's the actual print. So it's not vinyl. It's like something that you would purchase in a store. With that, that investment was crazy. Probably a little over $1,500 just for one machine. My ink for it is like $300. The paper, it's crazy. It's crazy. But once I graduated to that meant more money, because the prices of those shirts go up from where the vinyl the vinyl is. From there, I started. I do little trinkets. So say for instance, I do birthday packs. So on the birthday pack, you just tell me like, what's your theme? So if you tell me your theme is The Incredibles, then I'm going to put your photo on these chip bags, and I'm going to put The Incredibles in the back, and I'm going to put your name, and I'm going to stuff it with chips, and you got your custom made chip bag. I do the candy bars, the candy bar wrappers to go with it. I do the Rice Krispie treats, the water bottles, everything like that, and it comes in a pack, like 12 for $36, blah blah blah. So like you get a box of it to go with whatever theme party that you're having.
Wait, I can't keep up. I don't know. Oh, glory.
So I have those party packs. I added that to custom designs. I also added what is called rolling trays. Now I'm not supporting their marijuana, but business is business.
Let's pause. Wait a minute, because let it be known. Most people think, okay, you're in church, whatever, you doing your life, but people don't realize that the marketplace is not about behind the pulpit.
Baby, tell them.
For everybody. So,
I got so many, I got so many inboxes when I first started with the rolling tray.
We want to let everybody know we don't need nobody calling no cops, and she not rolling up.
That's not my business. I'm just selling the item. So it comes with a tray, and you tell me like whatever you want on it. So like I had a Nipsey Hussle. So I just kind of get this tray, I mold it. I put the Nipsey Hussle paper on it. I do resin with an ashtray. I make my own ashtrays. And so it's a set. It's just a whole We roller set.
Buy this.
Man, you know what, First Lady, you'll be amazed. You know, it's crazy. It's crazy. But I got so
Don't
much.
tell me you sell a whole lot more than you sell you sell a lot of that?
A lot of them.
Wow.
Man, when I started getting orders for it, it was crazy. I called my sister like, girl.
I'm ashamed.
Oh my God, like so many people, they buy them. Whether they buy them for themselves or they're buying them to gift off to other people. Man, I've sold so many. I think I started selling them in August. And I think I've sold about 40, 45, something like that.
We're going to keep them in our prayers. I mean, hey, it works.
Right. At the end of the day, like I got a lot of people inbox me and they were like, when I posted it, because they looking at, okay, she's over the dance ministry at the church and here she is posting weed trays on there. This is my business. And so as long as I'm not providing the marijuana, it's not taking me away from what I do at church. It doesn't take me away from being over the girls over there. Those, like, that's me, that's who I am. And I also run a business. And so, and it's a legal business. So what I'm doing is legal.
You don't know who purchasing your t-shirts. You don't know who purchasing the basket. And I always tell people this. I learned this from Bishop Woodard. Never judge what you don't understand. If you ain't never in business, or if you're in business and that's where you are, let God allow you to be there and let other people be where they are. And I say this, hey, marketplace is so totally different from ministry every day. Marketplace is totally different, but you can also minister in the marketplace. But my thing is that if that's what you're doing, that's what you're doing. Don't judge what you don't understand. So keep doing it. Keep doing what you're doing. I can't believe. Now, what else you sell? Tell me what else you sell.
Okay, so I do like, I don't really like push myself with the cups because you like everybody does cups, everybody does the tumblers. I did something different and I did wine glasses. Yeah, so like and I work with resin a lot, which is like it's a casting. So like I create my own things. Like I say, it's a custom ashtray. It's custom like I coat the trays with them. What else do I do? I have something else that like it's about to blow up, but I have a lot of it right now, but I haven't put it out there yet because I want to have so many, because I know once I put this product out there that it's gonna, it's gonna be a game changer. But
let me put a pin right there. Coming soon. Something's coming soon.
Yes. I'm gonna tag you in it. It ain't no trays and nothing like that. I'm gonna tag you in it. But now I am I try a lot of stuff out. So like if I see something popping up, if I see something that I'm like, you know what? Oh dang, I think I can make that. Then that's what I do. So I do like centerpieces. I have done everything because I'm about to be a yaya. So I've done everything.
Listen, you gotta tell them what a yaya is.
I'm just to be a granny. Well, you gotta say yaya. But for the first time. So my daughter Naya is having my first little grandbaby. It's Kinsley Grace. I'm gonna put her name out there to make her famous already. Kinsley Grace Maddox. I've done a lot of stuff for that. I saw something online and I was like, you know what? I think I can do it. So let me see. Hold on 1 second. You see that?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's a K for her baby shower. So I saw it online and I said I was going to try to make it. I was like, man, this would be awesome for the baby shower. And so now, baby, I'm adding it to my thing. So whatever letter you need, just let me know because then I have to do it. And
so it's almost like you're becoming even more creative with everything.
Yes.
And you're allowing your mind to expand in your lane and what you're doing. You're not trying to go outside of your lane. You're just staying in what you know to do, and you don't mind failing forward. I'm always talking about that. Right. Lisa Nichols. When you don't mind failing forward, meaning I'll try it, and if it works, it works, and if it doesn't, it doesn't. what would you say, and I know we got to finish, what would you say to that person that is sitting on the edge and they really want to start this business, but they are afraid of everything you just said on this video? They're afraid that the spouse is not going to support them. They're afraid that they're going to fail. It's going to cost a lot of money. Oh my God. But I keep dreaming about it. I'm waking up, and every time I turn around, I'm thinking about this idea. What would you say to that person that want to start and they're delaying? What would you say to that person?
I would say go ahead and do it. You just have to go for it. A lot of times if it's on your mind, if it's on your heart like that, that's God. Like, God is allowing you to deliver this baby. And so, like, you've already been pregnant with it for a long time. And so God is allowing you to give birth. You're about to give birth. And so, like, I would say just go for it. Like, to jump out on it and go for it. A lot of times everybody is not going to be in your corner because, you know, they think that it's a bad move. It's not the right time, or the right time will never come. It will never show up. It took me 70-some jobs to know that the right time, you know, when was the right time. You know, I've been had entrepreneurship like in my mind, and you know, for a long time. And so like I wouldn't just wait. I wouldn't wait, because the longer you wait, the longer, you know, you're gonna push it back, and it's gonna be, oh, maybe I'll do it next year, or I'll start it next year, or I'll start it next year. I'm a part of a lot of groups on Facebook, and these groups, I see a lot of women in these groups. They see it, they like, oh, I don't bought this Cricut, or I don't bought this silhouette, and it's still in the box. It's been in the box for a year. You know, it's like you have your dream, and you have your passion tucked away. You have it, you know, hidden or whatever. Like, it's time to open up. And as far as the spouse thing, you know, if they're for you, they're for you, you know. And so a lot of times they'll have to see it, you know, to see that you're showing your passion, you're showing your hunger for it, you're showing, you know, like, you're just not going to give up easily or whatever. And so, but everybody's not going to be for you. I would just say, just go out and do it, and, you know, and hope for the best. But if it's on your mind, it's on your heart. God is putting it on your mind and on your heart for a reason. And so it's like He's kissing that thing for you again, like I said earlier.
And I would say this, because I've known you, because you wanted to start another business another time, right?
Yes.
Yeah. It was something else you were going to do.
Yeah.
I would say this to that person. There's so much I done tried, Sis Kindra. Dude, if you tried and it don't work, it's okay.
It's okay. It is okay, because I can go down the list of things that I've tried and it didn't work. It's like, again, those tumbler cups. It ain't for me. It's not for me. You know, I'm not fixing to sit up here and do this for 2 or 3 days on this one thing. I think I have ADHD. I can't keep still. So like I can't do it. You know, and it's okay. It's even okay to start a business and it failed, and then you pick back up. That's the birth of custom designs. I started custom designs in 2017, and it was crazy because all I had was my machine. So you need a heat press, you know, whatever. I borrowed a heat press. Who does that? This is not a cup of sugar. Like, I borrowed a heat press from Nikki Lagway, and I started selling. And I sold enough to you know, to try to get my own. But you know, at first, you know, I was just putting my money aside, because you know, I was like, you know, Lagway, let me see it, you know, whatever. Then Lagway called, and she was like, hey girl, I
need that heat press back.
I need the heat press back. And I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna meet you, whatever. So you know, so I ended up using that money to purchase my own. But then a lot of times life happens, you know.
Right.
And life happened, and I lost everything. I had to, you know, put the furniture, everything I had in storage. And so like I was actually living in hotels. And so for a long time, so I couldn't continue with custom designs and placing orders because the heat press is heavy. It's like extremely heavy. Like I couldn't keep toting that around or whatever. And so it wasn't necessarily that it failed. it had to come to a halt, and at first I was so, I was irritated, I was feeling down. I was like, you know what, I done started something, and it was for me, it was the feeling of being embarrassed, because I done launched this, I done launched this on Facebook, and I did a whole launching party and everything for custom designs, and then only a short few months later, I had to stop. And then, so now you look, people like, okay, what happened to custom designs and this and that? And so at that point, I felt like a failure, or whatever.
Yeah.
But, I revamped and, made some different moves, made some changes or whatever. And God blessed me to, get my house, get another house or whatever, and get a new husband and all of this stuff like that. And boom. So I just got everything. And now I'm back, and so now it was like a rebirth of custom design. So it's okay to for it to stop, or for you to fail at it, just get back up and you can retry it again.
But you gotta know when, okay, enough is enough,
Right.
And you gotta know when you keep going. You don't quit on your dream. You don't quit on your vision. It wasn't necessary, and you got to know what's your hobby and what's your vision.
Right.
Hobby traveling is a hobby for me, but when it comes to my books and that's your bit. So I think you got to know, and you got to know that there's going to be pros and cons.
Right.
Now that we know what Pinesette
Empire.
Come on, we say enterprise. Where Pinesette Empire is going, we know that there's new stuff to come. We know you're doing more stuff. Starting in May of this year, you said this year off the job, but started in 2017. But it really all started in 2015. I come celebrating you, man. The fact that you're pushing and you're still going, and I'm believing the best is for you to come. But any last words that you would say to someone that is watching this video, to encourage them and to remind them, no matter what, do you start? That's all.
I would say to the person that's trying to start off, or plan. I would say plan. Research. Be careful. You can't share your plan with everybody. You can't share your ideas or anything like that with everybody. So be mindful of that. Again, like Pastor says all the time, he says we don't plan to fail, we fail to plan. And so once you put that plan down on plan, execute that plan. Don't just leave it sitting there on the shelf like a book. You got to go through with it. Don't give up on it, because if this is your dream, this is your passion, this is all you think about, then it's there for a reason. So don't give up. Keep going forth. Be mindful of who you share your information with. Just don't give up. Just keep going, and you'll see it at the end of the day. One thing that I would say, do give it to God. Yeah. Man, I smile every time. Anytime I get an order, I'll be like, man, thank you, God. Dang, another order, or whatever. Man, I really believe that, God has kissed this thing for me. He's man, it's overwhelming. With the contracts that I get and stuff like that, man, it's mind blowing to see that from where I started, and to see where I am now. I'm not even half of what I have to come, and what I know that I can become, and the things that has been prophesied to me, or whatever. It's stuff is steady turning and steady coming, and I'm seeing myself being pushed towards the things that have been prophesied to me. So I was telling don't give up. It's God timing. It's all in God's timing. So just go for it.
Sister Kindra, I want to say thank you. I'm reminded you said something that Pastor Bishop always says, and I would say this is that one thing he always tell us, and we've all, I think since the shopping center, then breathed it and ate it and all that, is it better is achievable. Good ain't good enough. Right. Always getting better. I'm so proud of you for always getting better, for always, just going over and beyond. And I believe that another woman that's watching this is going to be reminded that, man, it's so much bigger than what we could ever imagine.
Right.
Keep God first. if we don't allow the naysayers and whatever people got to say. You got to believe in your dream yourself first, as you said earlier. Not just believe in yourself, but be able to say, man, think outside the box of what God is giving you, and keep praying about it and preparing and planning for your purpose. So I encourage every woman. I thank you for rocking out with us. I pray that every woman,
baby.
What you say?
I said you go new destiny, baby.
Okay, baby, I'm proud of, man. I'm telling you, the stuff I'm hearing that people are doing is so amazing. And I just wanted to share this with other people. Like I said, all the shirts that y'all see posted on New Destiny, and he got the logo at the bottom, New Destiny. That's all her.
That's all me.
Bishop, you're doing your thing. Hey, check her out. Give them your information. Where can they contact you? And what is all your information that they can contact you at?
Okay, I'm on Facebook, Kindra Pinesette, custom designs. It's all under one thing. So everything is going to be under custom designs on Facebook. It's going to be under Kindra Pinesette. Email address is pinesetteempire.com at Gmail. So pinesetteempire@gmail.com is the email. My information, everything is on that. So for orders and everything, you can see everything that I posted on Facebook. Inbox me, message me, telephone number 936-235-5184. So hit me up. Just let me know what you need. I got what you want. I got what you need.
And I want to say, hey, she also mail off stuff to people. You're not just here in Texas, so all over. So those of you that are watching outside of Texas, man, check her out. I'm telling you, she's doing amazing things. So I'm so proud. Wanted to share you with the world and what you're doing, girl.
Thank you.
So thank y'all for rocking out with us. Thank y'all for watching. Make sure you share this information with somebody to remind them.
Awesome. Yes.
Celebrating women making boss moves and doing their own business and starting from the ground up. How do you do it? I pray that you share this with someone. We love you guys much. Remember, if you don't remember anything else, Women of Destiny, remind yourself every time you think about who you are to see yourself through God's eyes and not people. Love you much. Until next time, stay blessed.
Bye.